Now that you understand the three methods that top teams use, lead scoring, trigger-based outreach, and intelligent personalization, the question becomes, how do you actually implement this? How do you take these concepts and build them into your actual workflow? That's what I'm going to show you today, the structure that top teams use. And the good news is, it's simpler than you think. Let me break it down into 5 steps. Step 1. Build your ideal customer profile. Before you do anything, you need to define who you're trying to reach, not everyone, your ideal customer. What company size are they? What industry? What role? What problem are they trying to solve? What budget do they have? Document this. Be specific. This is your foundation. Step 2. Identify your data sources. You need information to score leads and identify triggers. What data do you have access to? LinkedIn data, company websites, industry reports, news feeds. Where can you find information about prospects? Where can you find trigger events? Map out your data sources. Know what information is available to you. Step 3. Set up lead scoring. Once you know your ideal customer profile and you know your data sources, you can now score prospects. You're going to assign points to different factors. A prospect from your target industry, plus 10 points. A prospect with headcount growth in the last 6 months, plus 15 points. A prospect with recent funding, plus 20 points. A prospect whose company just announced a new product, plus 25 points. Create a scoring system that makes sense for your business. The key is, the prospects with the highest scores are your hottest leads. Focus on them first. Step 4. Identify triggers and set up automation. Now you know who to contact. Next, you need to know when. What events trigger interest in your solution? For B2B prospecting software, triggers might include a prospect visited your website, they downloaded a resource, their company raised funding, they changed jobs, their company announced a hiring round. Once you identify these triggers, you set up automation. When a trigger happens, a workflow is activated. Maybe it sends an alert to your sales team, or it automatically sends an outreach message. The point is, you're responding immediately when the trigger happens. Step 5. Set up personalization. Finally, you make sure every message that goes out is personalized to that specific prospect, not a template with their name added. An actually personalized message based on their company, their role, their recent news, their situation. This is where intelligence comes in. You're gathering specific data about that prospect and using it to craft a specific message. Now here's how these 5 steps work together. A prospect comes into your database. You score them based on your criteria. You identify their score, hot lead or cold lead. While they're in your database, you're watching for triggers. When a trigger happens, boom, workflow is activated. A message goes out. But it's not generic. It's personalized based on all the data you've gathered about them. And because it's personalized, because it's timely, because it's targeted to them specifically, they respond. At a much higher rate than generic mass outreach. This is the workflow of the top 1%. And here's the beautiful thing. You don't need to do this manually. There are platforms and tools built specifically to handle each of these steps. They gather data, they score leads, they identify triggers, they personalize messages. They send at the right time, all automatically. So you're not manually researching prospects, you're not manually scoring them, you're not manually writing personalized messages. The system is doing it for you, and you're spending your time where you should be, actually talking to prospects and closing deals. This is the workflow that separates the 1% from everyone else. And if you can implement it, even partially, into your current workflow, you're going to see immediate improvements in your response rates and your sales. In the next video, I'm going to show you something specific. I'm going to compare this workflow approach to the old manual approach, and I'm going to show you exactly what changes when you make the switch. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it.